Ladies and gentlemen, in about 20 seconds, we're about to start the EDUCA DPS podcast for today. But first, I want to thank our sponsors, starting off with CSU Global and VS Furniture Solutions. You may notice that we have some new furniture on our set, and we're going to thank our sponsor for that. This furniture is actually the exact same furniture you will find in all of our Denver public schools. Also, to talk about our podcast for today, do you know who we'll have as a guest? It's a surprise, but our topic will be related to opportunities for students to enter college, including FAFSA and CASFA. So fasten your seatbelts because we're going to start now.
Your favorite coffee shop? We go there. Weekend adventures? We go there. Early mornings, late nights, lunch breaks? We go there. At Colorado State University Global, we've always known there's no one way to learn. We bring you online degrees that meet you where you are and get you where you want to go. Our programs let you work on your schedule with our unwavering support. Your hopes, your dreams, your big ideas. We'll help you go there.
Hello and welcome to the EDUCA DPS Podcast. My name is Javier Ibarra. Today, we have a very special guest. Her name is Kelly Bravo. She is the counseling manager here for DPS. And our topic today is about FAFSA and CASFA and highlighting the existing opportunities that our DPS students have to access a career and a college education. Kelly, welcome to the EDUCA studios. How are you today?
Good. How are you? Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. I'm excited to be here.
I want to ask you a little bit about your background. So
Sure.
Before the show started, we were talking about what you did before this. Can you, just for the audience, can you tell us what that was?
Sure. Yeah. So I taught outside of Denver Public Schools for 3 years, and then I transitioned to counseling. So I was a school counselor in DPS for 15 years.
Wow.
On the southwest of DPS, 6th through 12th grade. And then I was at a comprehensive as well as one of our pathways schools before I transitioned to Central. And now I'm supporting school counselors in the district to do their work. So, yeah.
What keeps you coming back? What do you love about your job?
Oh my gosh, I love servicing students in the way that we service students. So we service students through academics, career and college, and then through social emotional. So I just love being able to serve students in a well-rounded way, meet their needs in all kind of the bucket areas that they need support in. So I just love to service school counselors and students. So that's definitely what keeps me coming back. I love DPS. We prioritize equity with regard to serving students. That's something that's incredibly important to me. So I just love serving our school counselors and our students in DPS, getting them what they need in elementary and secondary, but also as they transition to life after high school. So just really passionate about serving students with their plans.
I would say the counselors are a bit of us unsung heroes, but I thank my counselors all the time. And so I hope that
awesome.
District-wide we're thanking our counselors. And part of the reason why, I don't want to say here that I'm here at DPS, but part of the reason why I went to school and got a degree is because of my high school counselor.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that.
Absolutely. And so it just hit me like, what was my time with my high school counselor? And
that's so good to hear.
It was a great time. So let's get into the first question,
Yeah.
right? And for this one, I'm going to put my student hat on, and I hope you put on your counselor hat. I know that many families worry about the rising cost of college, and I know I did when I was a high school senior. Even now as a graduate student, what are some of the most effective ways that students and families can start planning early to make college more affordable?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think the key there is early. So really career and college exploration starts at the elementary level. So that could look like a career fair or just exploring careers within the classroom. That really transitions exploration to middle school as well. That could look like a career speaker may come in. We have some job shadowing in middle school, and then continuing to explore in high school, certainly. And then in high school, we also encourage students to take advantage of opportunities and access to college, career and college opportunities. So really the big piece is starting early. The second thing that I would say is always connecting with your school counselor. So school counselors are amazing advocate for students, and we really support students with matching likes, interests, and what students are good at with potential college and career that they may be interested in. So if we can support students with getting on the right path to career and college, a lot of times that's narrowed for them, and then they're able to manage costs a little better because they have an idea of their post-secondary plan and pathway. So really starting early in those elementary years and then connecting with your school counselor early and often in order to have them support you with an appropriate plan and pathway for after high school.
So Kelly, I have a side question for you. Let's say a student comes to you in your office. It's hypothetical, of course.
Yeah.
And it's a sunny day. This matters. And
that is important.
Yes. And you're trying to get them to understand more about the opportunities that we have here at DPS, maybe at the school level, about their future. But they're 6th, 7th, 8th graders. They're not thinking about that. I'm sure their parents are. I'm sure their parents have thought about college since they were in elementary school for sure. What do you say to students to say like, hey, like this is a good opportunity? How do you motivate them?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I think one major way that school counselors support with motivating students, like I said before, is really just supporting them with defining that plan and pathway. That certainly can change throughout middle school and high school, but we want to make sure that we're having the constant conversation. Hey, what do you like? What are you interested in? What are you good at? Those things really come out in our individual career and academic planning. That's a plan that students have 6th through 12th grade, where they really explore what they might like or be interested in. So really students engaging in that plan. There are interest inventories within that plan where students can really find out what their interests match with careers. Like I talked about before, lots of shadowing options in industries, mentorships, really students engaging in the individual career and academic planning at the middle school level to really start to define what they may be interested in after high school. So I would say the big thing is engaging in that academic, individual career and academic plan.
I'm glad you asked that because there's a lot of, I don't want to say a lot, but there's a small narrative out there that might say like, oh, you know, the public school system doesn't really help prepare students for college. And we're here to tell you, you're wrong. We are working on this day one.
Oh, you are absolutely wrong. Yes, we are working on getting the students prepared for career in college every single day. So whether that's through opportunities, access, individual career and academic planning, we are working with students, like I said before, from elementary on in order to get them prepared for life after high school.
Which leads me to my next question. Let's talk a little bit about some of the programs that we have here at DPS and how students can start earning maybe some college credit or things of that nature. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Of course, yeah. I would say one of our major programs in DPS is concurrent enrollment. That's the opportunity for students to receive both high school and college credit. So students can take classes in high school or on a college campus. If they receive a C- or higher grade in that college course, then they will receive a college credit. Huge opportunity for students to get prepared for college. Those are, of course, rigorous college level courses. So not only is it giving them college credit, it's allowing students to be prepared earlier for those career and college courses. So concurrent enrollment is a huge opportunity for students to receive college credit. We also have advanced placement, AP, and international baccalaureate, IB programs. A similar type of program, students engage in very rigorous college prep classes, and then they have an opportunity to take exams at the end of those courses. If they receive a passing score on those exams, then they will receive college credit. For concurrent enrollment in AP and IB, the options are endless. So anything from math to English to world language to art, to all sorts of opportunities. So there's nothing missed for students with regard to taking courses that really match what they're interested in. One other program that I really love here at DPS is CLEP, the CLEP program. So this program rewards our students who speak another language besides English.
Now I'm interested. Tell me more.
So they are rewarded, which we love, for speaking another language besides English. They can take an exam in that language, and if they receive a certain score, they can really earn anywhere between 6 and 18 college credits.
Wow.
So it is a massive reward for our students to have that amazing skill, is really what I think it is, and to be able to use that in their career and college planning and life. So those are kind of our 3 big opportunities for college credit before students go to college. Yeah.
So I'm a first time college student in my family.
Uh-huh.
And so you said a lot of things I kind of want to address there.
Yeah.
So you said 6 to 18 credits that you can earn, right?
Correct.
That translates to about half a year to a year and a half of credits.
That's correct. Yeah, that is going to be about a half a year of college. Some students earn, and then if you combine those with other programs, which many of our students are engaging in, I mean, students can end up with a half a year of credit before they even leave high school. So yeah, lots of opportunities to earn credit before students are out of high school.
I think that's important to note for our families, because me, for example, I had 30 credits going into
that's amazing.
college, right? And most of them transferred. A few of them did it. And that's okay, because it's still experience. It still helped me understand, because you are right. The college level courses are more rigorous, and I would say it's more rigorous because you have to have more self-discipline, right? There's not a teacher there to necessarily like holding you accountable to this. You're kind of holding yourself accountable, right? And so I think that adds to the rigor of the college courses.
Right.
But you also mentioned dual or concurrent enrollment.
Yep.
Is it safe to say that most of our high schools, if not all of them, have some sort of that programming, or a mix, or all?
Yes, absolutely. That's a great question. So many of our high schools have AP programs. 3 of our high schools have IB, and I would say, like you're saying, every high school has a combination, comprehensive pathway or otherwise, of programs that allow students to prepare for college. You said something about your credits transferring, so I kind of just wanted to highlight that a second, in that we have really been working really hard at the central level to ensure that credits are guaranteed transfer. That doesn't mean all of them, but we certainly work really hard to make sure that our students receive credit that are guaranteed transfer. And beyond guaranteed transfer, we are forming partnerships with local colleges for guaranteed admittance. We just formed a partnership with CU Denver. If students maintain a 3.0 grade point average or higher, they are a guaranteed admit to that university. So they just have to hold up their end of the bargain, and they get a guaranteed admittance to CU Denver. We have a partnership as well with one of our community colleges, but I just wanted to touch on that because we're always working to make sure that not only credits transfer, but also these new partnerships that are popping up where students have the opportunity to be admitted on a guaranteed basis if they maintain a GPA that the college use for enrollment. So,
this is the benefit of having you on the show, because now we get to hear all of the cool things that you can do in order to gain college, right? And now you talked about our partnerships, right? We have them with CU Denver. We have them with the community colleges. We just signed a MOU with MSU Denver.
Correct,
And so now we have the local colleges, at least in the city, right? And more to come, right? I think, and I should note, right, it's been more than 15 years since I started college. And so like things change, and we're always getting better at getting better. That's one of the famous sayings here at DPS. And I'm so excited to bring that to our students.
Yeah, we're really excited about guaranteed admittance. So
So let's talk more about
Yeah.
that, right? And specifically, let's talk about money, right? Beyond saving money, how do these programs also support students being more prepared? And we talked about this, but for the rigor of college and future careers.
Yeah, I think just like you're saying, these are college level courses that students get to take in high school. I think another big thing with our programs is it gives students sort of a safety net in order to be able to feel safe in taking rigorous courses. Not that they can't, they absolutely can and do, but it gives them a safety net to explore and to learn more about what these colleges will look like at the college level. So I think that's a big thing, is that it allows students to explore in a safe place. They may take a course and decide they aren't interested in that area of study. So, but this is a way for them to be able to explore in a safe way. I would say when you receive a C- or higher in a concurrent enrollment course, or you get that 9 credits on the CLEP test, our students are really, that is a motivator for them. That is something that gives them confidence to reassure them that they can and will go to career in college. So I would say all of those factors really support our students, those exploration factors and doing the work, really getting in and doing the work and stepping up to the rigor of the work really supports our students with being more prepared when they step on that college campus or when they are in that dream career of theirs. They have the skills, they have the ability, they have the experience with doing well in their career of choice, or they're going to college classes or whatever it is.
So in college, I studied business, but I took a lot of sociology classes and psychology classes.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
And so something that I don't think a lot of folks talk about, even around this, is when our students feel like they can, right, they do.
Exactly.
If they feel they can, they do. And this is a great way to test the waters. Like you said, there's a safety net, right?
Right.
In college, if you decide that class is not for you, that major is not for you, the amount of money that you are about to invest, right, as a minimum 1 year's worth, and that's anywhere between $20,000 to $60,000 within 1 year, right?
Totally.
And so, it's the same thing if you change your major, right? And you decide, well, that's not it. So these are opportunities, and I encourage all of our students to really take a look at that and say, okay, cool, I'm going to take this class. If I don't like it, I still get college credit for it.
Right, exactly.
And we can move on, right? So now is the time to test the waters. Now is the time to fail, right? So that when you go to college, you're not failing there.
Exactly. And all of us fail, so
and that's okay.
And that's absolutely okay. So we are always encouraging students, like we're both saying, this is a place where if that happens, then you get back up and we support you with moving forward with something you may be more interested in, or learning how to do it better, or whatever it is. So definitely all of those ways are important for students to be able to get ready for that next step.
Well, Kelly, my next question is kind of the main reason why we asked you to be on the show. Can you explain to us in the exact same way you would explain it to a student, because I want to hear this. Can you explain the difference between FAFSA and CASFA, and then how do students know which one they should complete?
Sure, yeah. Generally, both forms are going to support students with paying for college. So the FAFSA provides students with what's called federal aid. And the CASFA is our state level application for students who may not qualify for federal aid. So each application we encourage students to fill out, no matter what situation they are in, because these forms are going to help support students with not only paying for college, but there is a big correlation between filling out that FAFSA or CASFA when it opens on October 1st and going straight to college. So 2 big reasons to fill out either the FAFSA or the CASFA in order to support support with, of course, paying for that college, but also, like I said, we see that students who fill out to that form as soon as after October 1st as you can, work with your school counselor to do that, and going to college right after high school. So one is a federal application, and then one is our state application for those students who may not qualify for the federal application.
So I have such a passion for this, as you can tell. I worked for my university as a orientation leader.
Oh, great.
And during the school year, we would help students fill out their FAFSA. And we would get a lot of students who said, well, my parents are paying for it, so I don't need to fill that out. But something that is really interesting, if you are in that very blessed situation where your parents are paying for your college, still fill it out. And the reason why you should fill it out is because with a FAFSA on your record, or FAFSA kind of saving your seat, if you will, if you happen to miss a payment, or if you happen to, for whatever reason, the payment is delayed, there's a transfer in the bank, someone got COVID, whatever, right? They're not going to drop you.
Right.
Because the university knows that at least you have a backup plan, which is FAFSA, which is student loans, right, or others, and you have an opportunity to continue going through your classwork. So that way you don't get dropped when the deadline hits. And all universities have deadlines for you to pay. This is not anything new, but it's important for students to know, like, fill it out anyway.
Yes.
It's a backup plan.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that is a great point. We encourage every single student, no matter your situation or status, to fill out the FAFSA or CASFA, whichever one best meets your needs. So fill out that CASFA and FAFSA.
Well, Kelly, so I want to talk more, and you kind of touched on this, but what are some of the opportunities that, specifically in financial aid, that you can get through FAFSA and CAFSA? Is it just loans that you can get on FAFSA and CAFSA?
Great question. Yeah, loans is one support. Keep in mind that students do have to pay back loans. You had mentioned that you maybe did a work study. That's a great way for students to be able to get supported with paying for college. So work study, students work, obviously, typically part-time, and then they get in some sort of way assistance with tuition or books or fees or materials or whatever it is. Two other forms of support that are really important for students are scholarships. That's going to be achievement related, academic related. Typically scholarships, students apply, and that money does not have to be paid back. So a great way to support students. And then the fourth major area is grants, and grants are also directly tied to the FAFSA. So another reason to go ahead and fill out that form, because grants also, some students do qualify for grants, and those also don't need to be paid back. So those are kind of our four major areas, but lots of support with paying for college. And like I've said before, just connecting with your school counselor or your Denver Scholarship Foundation advisor to be able to support you with filling that out and helping you understand what you qualify for and how you can pay for college.
Kelly,
yeah.
What if, I'm going to put my parent hat on, or my family member hat. What if I feel a bit intimidated by the whole financial aid process, right? Because it could be daunting, right? How are you going to pay for thousands and thousands of dollars for an investment in your education? Right. What advice or resources do we have for our DPS families to help them complete the FAFSA or CAFSA?
Yeah, and I just want to hear that it can be really difficult and intimidating, so I just kind of want to stamp that. But no fretting. There's lots of support with filling out the FAFSA and kind of navigating the whole situation. So I think I mentioned before just connecting with your school counselor or your Denver Scholarship Foundation advisor. School counselors and advisors are both really knowledgeable about the FAFSA and CASFA process. And then typically schools have an individual process, a small group process, and or a workshop type process. So connecting with your school counselor and or DSF advisor, and then choosing one of whatever is being offered at your school in order to be able to get support with filling it out. Yeah.
What steps should students and families take right now, this second, whether they're in middle school or high school, to help set them up both for the affordability aspect, but also for the readiness aspect when it comes to college?
I would say, like I mentioned, starting early, having conversations at home as early as elementary school about career in college. Some powerful conversations are around what sort of careers exist within the family, what sort of colleges families have attended, and then really just continuing that through middle and high school. I would say really important for students to engage, like I said, in individual career and academic planning throughout 6th through 12th grade. That's going to be a graduation requirement for students, so it's perfect. We meet a graduation requirement and we're engaging in our plans for after high school. So really just starting early, engaging in the ICAP, making sure students are taking advantage of all the amazing opportunities we have in DPS, a few that we touched on, and really just connecting with school counselors and DSF advisors and teachers and parents and families to get the support they need with building their plan and pathway for after high school.
I wish we had more time so we could talk about, college best practices, more advice that we could give to students. But this, unfortunately, is all the time that we have. But before we let you go, is there a final message that you have for students, for families, maybe counselors?
Yeah. I would just encourage students to have conversations at home and then connect with their trusted adults at school to make sure that they're having the constant conversation around career in college. And like I said, I know that I've said it several times, but making sure that you're engaging in your individual career and academic planning. That is one place where you get to engage and it's all about you. It's not about math or English or social studies or science. The individual career and academic plan is really about you. So that is an excellent way for students to be able to really engage for themselves in life after high school. So talking with families, talking with school counselor, talking with DSF advisor, just constant communication and constant reflecting on their individual career and academic planning. So,
are there any events that are coming up, maybe like a place where certain age groups can look at what kind of careers are available, or maybe tour universities, or anything like that coming up district-wide?
That's a great question. I mean, we do have our 8th grade career fair coming up in November. So that is where all of our 8th grade students, all 3,000 some of them, come to Bronco Stadium and get to learn more about careers. So I would say that's one big event coming up. There will be lots of FAFSA and CASFA workshops at schools and with DSF coming up, and then our exploration programs through Denver Public that are housed at each of our schools that students can take advantage of.
Kelly, and where can people find more information about everything that we talked about today?
Yeah, families can go to the college and career portion of the DPS website, and they can connect with any of us in college and career, and we are happy to support them. As always, the students can connect at the building level too. But yeah, all of the information with connecting with us can be found on our website through College and Career.
Perfect. And for our audience, we're going to put this on the screen, but we're also going to put it in our show notes and our show description so that you can have direct access to it.
Great.
Kelly, that's all I have for you today. I just want to thank you for coming on.
Thank you. you. Thanks so much for having me.
Giving us all this beautiful information. I feel like we could keep going, but we gotta cut this short just so our families. But be on the lookout, right? There might be a part 2.
Yes. Yeah. Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Well, friends and families, this concludes our EDUCA DPS podcast for today. I want to thank our very special guest, Kelly Bravo, for such an important conversation, right? We talked about things that can affect high school, middle school, even elementary school, and for parents and families as well. I want to give a huge thank you to our entire communications department who helped support this content and more. And of course, our superintendent, Dr. Alex Marrero, for his constant support to all our multimedia productions, including this show. I want to ask, if you found some great tips in here, please share this content. Be on the lookout for social media. Share it with your friends, with your families, and find us on all the major podcast platforms under the DPS Podcast Network. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Denver Public Schools Plus so you can see this and other multimedia productions. And please don't forget to tell your student every single day, I believe in you and I know you can do it. My name is Javier Ibarra. Until next time.